This is the short form, the mystic short form, designed by myself for the Beehive Mindfulness School. So we start off feet together in prayer pose, and we begin the practice by just taking a deep breath, coming into your body, and when you're ready, bowing down. We bow down to oneness, we bow down to life, we bow down with humility. As we begin our practice, we bow down in prayer and intention. After we bow down, we move into the second pose, which, bringing the legs out, bending the knees slightly so there's no pressure on your spine, and bringing the arms around like a container, keeping the elbows bent. This is our container. Breathing down into the belly, offering a container for all our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our sensations. Just observing whatever is arising, holding a space and gathering ourselves together, getting a hold of ourselves. Again, using the breath to settle into the container providing a sense of stability, of boundary for the wildness of our mind. This is a really good pose, Gong pose, for getting the circulation moving in the body. Don't worry if you feel any pain in your arms or anywhere else. Just breathe into the pain. It's just pain that is leaving as the body warms itself up. So the second pose is the container. And once we've established that sense of stability as a container, we're then ready to open to life. We're ready to open to the world, to others, to the universe, to oneness. So then we move into the third pose, which is opening, allowing the arms to move out, opening the muscles of the chest, keeping the knees bent so there's no pressure on your spine. Breathing now up into your chest and looking up. Breathing out, bringing the wrists back if you need an extra stretch. Again, it's okay if you feel pain or tension in your back or arms. It's just unblocking itself in the practice. The Christians call this carrying the cross exercise. So making friends with the pain. If you feel tension or pain or heaviness, this is basic spirituality practice, spiritual well-being. What do I do with the pain of life? And just befriending it, observing it, leaning into it. Unless you have an injury, then stop the exercise. But otherwise, leaning into the pain. I am not the pain. The pain is just moving out of me. So when you're ready, we then move back to the container again. What a relief. Let your knees go down slightly, bringing your elbows in. Breathing now down again into your belly and back into this centering pose. I'm a container for all the parts of myself offering a stable, resilient, solid boundary. So breathing into that container once more, that second pose. And when you're ready then, you can stay here for as long as you feel like it, but then when you're ready, moving the arms, pointing them into the center of your chest, like so, and we move into our next pose, which is the grounding pose. Keeping the knees bent and just letting your head and your elbows point towards the ground. Allowing the energy to find its ground in the earth. And if you feel flexible, just letting your head drop all the way. Again, opening the back of your shoulders, keeping your knees slightly flexible so there's no pressure on the spine. And allowing your energy to earth itself. Getting a stretch on the back of the legs, the kidneys. Allowing your circulation at the back of the heart to open. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe and ground. Breathe and earth. And then very, very slowly, again with the knees bent, coming back up into our second pose, which is the container again. Into the container. Solid, stable, present, observant. Breathing down into your belly. This is our centering pose. The basic posture for holding everything together, around which we designed this practice. And then once more, when you're ready, opening like a flower to the sunshine. Feel yourself opening like a flower. Again, bringing your wrists back, looking up, opening the muscles of your chest and lungs and your heart. And breathing up into your chest. And as the blood begins to flow, you should feel your arms getting a little bit lighter. The pain should be easing. So as I lean into the pain and the heaviness of life, it actually gets easier to manage. Again, breathing into it, opening like a flower to the sun, staying for as long as you can. If you need to close your eyes, just to be with the practice. I open into oneness, into what is, connecting to everything. Letting go of all separateness. Opening into love. And when you're ready then, coming back into our pose again of our container. Your container, whether you're a pot or a teapot or whatever you imagine yourself to be, keeping your knees bent, elbows in. Now the breath comes back down into the tummy. Stable, centered, and just allowing the energy to find its equilibrium within your body. The blood is now moving from the top to the bottom. Your circulation is moving faster. The energy now is settling in your body. And then once more we move our hands into our heart space, Keeping the knees bent, we allow ourselves to ground once more. Just pointing the head and the elbows towards the ground. And if you're feeling flexible, let the head drop all the way and the elbows. Keeping your knees bent slightly and getting an extra stretch. Allowing your energy to earth itself, to connect to the earth, the great mother, that nurturing, holding, anchoring form that is the earth and our human connection. And remembering to breathe and anchor and connect. Breathe and relax and anchor and deepen. I return into the womb of the earth, allowing my energy to find its roots in the ground. And once again, in your own time, very, very gently and slowly coming back up from the ground into our container pose, holding our center. Allowing the blood to come back up the body again and your energy to find its equilibrium, to stabilize itself. Using the breath. And you should feel quite warm now as the blood flows within you. And alive. And alive. And noticing any resistance that is arising in your mind. Oh, this is hard, or I don't like this. But normally for this practice, the thinking mind stops. Because the body, the feelings and the sensations in the body are so demanding, which is great. So just feeling with your body. My body is in the present moment, and I am with my body today. And then finally, for the last time, we open one last time to the sun, to the light, to the universe, to the great mystery of the divine, whatever language you use for that. Grounding ourselves in our spiritual identity, that part of us that is connected into everything, that is not separate. Breathing up into your chest, opening to transcendence. Transcending all your worries and concerns, all your problems, transcending even your thoughts and emotions. And opening yourself into unconditional love, that state that is our ultimate nature. Are the ground of who we truly are. And then again, when you're ready, just coming back down into our container pose, feeling your knees go down, relaxing your arms, using the breath to come down into your belly. If your arms are heavy, just feel into that. Just let them relax, loosen. And breathe, stabilizing, containing. In mindfulness, we talk about getting a hold of ourselves. And this is a practice for getting a hold of yourself. If you've got lots of thoughts or worries or emotions going on, this is a great way to get a hold of yourself just to let everything settle and reconnect into some peace and well-being. And then for the last time, we're going to point our hands into the center of our chest, and again grounding, keeping the knees bent, letting the head and the elbows drop. Feeling an extra stretch on the back of the legs, maybe the lower back. And just earthing. Letting our energy find its earth, find its ground in form. And breathe. Nice deep breaths. Really to allow your body to come home to itself. Come home, all the way home, almost into the womb. And here now. And you'll know when you feel it's the right time to come back up slowly, to come back up into our container space once more. And now we can say that I'm grounded in the earth and I'm grounded in the sky together. But for now, coming back into our container, our stable pose, breathing, relaxing. And the more you practice, the more you find as time goes on, the pain goes, the heaviness lifts. Once your blood is warmed up enough and your body, your muscles. So then we bring the hands, we move the legs slightly in, and we bring the hands into the heart center, putting your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your left, letting your head go down slightly, closing your eyes, and just breathing into your precious heart today. Feeling that sense of aliveness. We always say to people, if you can't feel anything, don't worry. So just spending a minute or two here with your heart. Offering a sense of gratitude for your life, for your aliveness in this moment. And when you're ready then, in your own time, as always, bringing your feet together. And as we started the practice, we bow down in humility, in thanks, and offer our practice for the suffering of all beings. Thank you.